Subscribe and let us grow. Let us discuss the challenging landscape of the Indian aviation sector. Jet Airways, one of India's largest airlines, commenced operations as an air taxi operator. In 1995, it started its flights. However, in 2019, it ceased operations due to a debt crisis. Jet Airways was the second largest commercial passenger airline and enjoyed a market share of 17.8% in Indian aviation before it ceased its operations. The airline struggled with financial difficulties for several years. At the same, India is now the third largest domestic aviation market, after the US and China, according to data analytics firm OAG. Over the past decade, the Indian domestic market grew at an annual rate of 6.9%. The firm studied India, China, the US, Indonesia, and Brazil, and India is the fastest growing market. Factors for India's growth: low-cost carriers accounted for 78.4% of the domestic airline capacity in India in the month of April, the highest of the 5 markets that OAG studied. In 2016, Jet Airways operated over 300 flights daily to 74 destinations worldwide. Jet is not the only major airline to shut down in India. Go first commenced operations in 2005 and operated a fleet of Airbus A320 aircraft in an all-economy configuration. In 2023, the airline faced problems with the availability of Pratt & Whitney engines used on its fleet of A320 aircraft and alleged that the issue impacted its operations. Subsequently, the airline ceased operations in May 2023. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, in India has deregistered all 54 aircraft leased to Go First on May 1, 2024. After filing for bankruptcy in May 2023, the lessors of these aircraft have since been engaged in a battle with the former owner of the airline. As of March 2020, Go First operated a network of 39 destinations, 29 domestic and 10 international, with 325 daily flights. In June 2016, Go Air became eligible for international operations. The airline commenced its first international operations in October 2018 from Delhi to Phuket. Another major airline to be shut down in India was Kingfisher Airlines. The airline was established in 2003 and started its commercial operations in 2005. Its parent company was United Breweries Group. Until December 2011, Kingfisher Airlines had the second largest share in India's domestic air travel market. However, the airline ran into continuous losses since its inception, ran high debts, and finally closed its operations on October 20, 2012. The airline's first long-haul destination was London, England, which was launched in September 2008. All long-haul routes were operated on the Airbus A330-200. On the day of suspension of all international operations, April 10, 2012, Kingfisher Airlines served 25 domestic destinations within India. At that time, all routes were operated with the Airbus A320 family, ATR-42s, and ATR-72 aircraft. It had Airbus A320, Airbus A350 and Airbus A380 aircraft on order at the time of shutdown. Air Deccan was the first Indian low-cost carrier and its end was also swift. Headquartered in Bengaluru, it operated domestic flights from 7 base airports using a fleet of Airbus A320, ATR-42, and ATR-72 aircraft. The airline appealed to middle-class travelers with low fares. It employed several innovative methods to ensure the profitability of its business model. Air Deccan merged with Kingfisher Airlines in April 2008. Kingfisher replaced the Deccan brand with Kingfisher Red in 2008. At the time it ceased operations, Simplify Deccan flew to 52 destinations across India. It had bases in 7 Indian cities: Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, Chennai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Kolkata, and Mumbai. Let us now talk about a type of aircraft and not the airline in itself that has become a part of history. In 1971, the airline took delivery of its first Boeing 747-200B named Emperor Ashoka. The aircraft entered service on May 21 of the same year, with 4 weekly flights between India and London. It had 423 seats in a triple-class configuration. Boeing 747 was the mainstay of AI's flight operations and was used to operate its long-haul international flights. Air India last operated flights with its Boeing 747s in 2021. Since then, they've been parked at Mumbai's Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport. The Boeing 747 was too expensive for several reasons, but a primary factor influencing the airline's decision to retire the jet was the introduction of a new fuel-efficient alternative twin jet. Finally, we can talk about Vistara, which has been merged with Air India, and the brand will cease to exist from November 12, 2024. Vistara was an Indian full-service airline, based in Gurgaon, Gurugram, with its hub at Indira Gandhi International Airport. The carrier, a joint venture between Tata Sons and Singapore Airlines, commenced operations on the 9th of January 2015 with its inaugural flight between Delhi and Mumbai. It went on to become India's second largest domestic airline after Indigo. The airline was founded in 2013 as a joint venture, JV, between India's conglomerate Tata Sons and Singapore Airlines, SIA. From the first month of operation, Vistara consistently achieved very high on-time performance, the highest among India's domestic carriers. Vistara is the first airline in India to introduce premium economy class in the domestic market. Once the Vistara merger is completed, Air India and Indigo will own a 90% market share in the Indian skies. Subscribe and let us grow.